Hello and welcome back to I Create For You. We're going to do another Yellowstone ghost story. The Haunting of Old Faithful Inn. We're going to do the first story in this one. And then they have the Headless Bride, and the husband returns in that little segment. So we're just going to do the Phantom Child tonight. Among the vast species of the undead, ghosts are the most popular forms, and places with history naturally become ghost collectors. Through the years, the Old Faithful Inn has collected its share of shadows. It surely seems fitting that such a hospitable old place would become a sanctuary for tired souls and unresting spirits. To date, there have been at least 3 spirits encountered in the inn. The interesting thing about these spirits is that they all seem to dwell in different time dimensions and are unaware of one another. Here are their stories. I'm sorry. My cat is acting a little strange. She just jumped up onto my table as I was talking, and she looks like she wants to do it again. I apologize in advance. The Phantom Child. The youngest and newest spirit to take up residence is that of a boy. The young specter's story was revealed late one evening while researching information on another spirit. While walking in the Old Faithful Inn, I met a young auburn-haired lady from Georgia. She told me about the Phantom Child. She confessed that because she had worked the graveyard shift most of the summer, she had not seen this little phantom. But she assured me that many of her friends had, and they had told her about him. Every summer, thousands of families visited Yellowstone National Park. No vacation is complete without the traditional stop at Upper Geyser Basin to spend a few hours walking around the thermal area and watching Old Faithful, the world's most famous geyser. After the eruption, a brisk walk through the comfy old inn is a must. It's fun to sit and relax while the inn's huge clock ticks away, or take in the awesome view of the geyser basin from the second floor observation porch. But while on the second floor, keep an eye out for the little lost Phantom Child. This strange little ghost is peculiar in the fact that, unlike a typical apparition, if there really is such a thing as a typical apparition, he appears only in the day. He is about 3 or 4 years old and stands 3 feet tall. He is wearing shorts, a t-shirt, and Keds sneakers. You won't see him coming, but you'll suddenly feel his presence. You turn around and there he is. He is lost, he tells you, and he can't find his mommy or daddy. You ask him his parents' name, but he will tell you nothing. So you ask him his name, and still there is silence. Then you decide it's time to get help. You assure the little boy that everything will be all right as big tears start to slide down his face. You take his little hand and start for the information desk. When you arrive, you explain to the clerk that this little boy has lost his parents, and as you both look for the child holding your hand, he has disappeared into thin air. Feeling embarrassed, you try to explain, but an explanation is not necessary, because this is not new. Our phantom has been trying to find his family for more than 30 years. He has appeared to hotel guests as well as those visitors who have just stepped in for ice cream. Of all who have seen the boy, 3 things are constant. He seems to have an accent, he haunts only the second floor mezzanine, and he only appears once to them. In fact, many have gone back to search for him, but he is nowhere to be found. Wow, I didn't know that. We had actually went into that old inn right after, it was either while we were waiting for the geyser to go off, because they'll have a time on a board to tell you when the next time it'll go off, Old Faithful. And so I don't remember if we were killing time because we had like an hour and a half until the next time it was going to shoot up. I can't remember if it was before or after we saw that. We had gone into that inn, and that inn is really, really ominous. I mean, you can tell that there's a haunt there somewhere, whether it's the boy or these other few in there. You can just tell that place has stories to tell within the walls, and the structure itself is so I don't even know how to say it. It has that log cabin look on the inside, but it's just so huge. Everything seems you seem so small when you go in there. When you're looking up, there's like they said, the mezzanine upstairs, and you can look. When you go up there, you can look down, and but when you're down looking up, you think you're just so small. But when you're up looking down, you're not really. But the clock that they have there too, we've taken pictures of some of this stuff. I might print out some of the pictures that my husband took. He went through, and he even he snuck in a room to take a picture of the inside of a room because one of the doors was open up there. And he took a picture of inside of a room to see what it looked like and stuff. So if I can get pictures made up, I will show that, because right now I put it on here, but I have no clue how to edit this crap. So you get what you get with me, and if there are interruptions or whatever, I don't edit. So this is just whatever happens, and it's part of the video. But yeah, it's a huge place. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a boy here. A little boy who is 3 or 4 years old and looking for his parents that he never finds. I wonder if there's some kind of, like ghosts don't usually, I shouldn't say haunt. I don't know of a better word. Haunt places unless something happened to them in that place, and that was their last, known before they passed, I was always told, like, sometimes that people who haunt are people who don't realize they're dead, and they're forever stuck in like a Groundhog Day situation where they're constantly, for lack of a better term, reliving when they're not living, reliving their last moments over and over, and they're just stuck in that. I mean, that's just what I remember growing up, that was the explanation for why there's haunts, why people haunt, or there are ghosts. So to me, in order for him to be there looking for his mommy and daddy, something must have happened to him in that area, because why would he be stuck there? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if anybody else has an explanation for that, but it seems like when you hear stories, it's because these people have died in situations where they're haunting. So I'm going to come back to his face because I want to make it a little spooky just because I'm in the mood. But yeah, that's just to me that makes more sense. I mean, like, why would you haunt, especially a child? Why would a child haunt a place looking for their parents if something hadn't happened to them in that specific place? Actually, I watch way too many true crime things on TV, and the worst part is it's usually stuff that happens to young children. and it really gets to me, but I just keep watching, and I'm hoping to God that those kids that I see in these situations where they're mostly most of it is step parents have abused them to the point where it ends up with their death. I'm hoping they haunt them while they're in their prison cell. That would be, to me, that'd be awesome. That would be the best justice ever for these kids, to be able to haunt the people who harmed them. Okay, we're going to make him a little spooky. In fact, I'm going to make the outside of him a little spooky too. I'm just going to go around here. Now work on his face. Has anybody else got that stomach bug that's going around? Seems to be knocking a few people out here and there. I wanted to go visit my grandsons over the weekend. Well, actually, it was during this week I wanted to go visit them, and they got sick when they went to Bible school in the church. And they had like some kind of bug. And my hubby's been sick. Missed a little bit of I can't talk. Missed a little bit of work because of that. Oh my gosh, this nose is gonna drive me to drink here. I'm gonna make him a spooky little boy. Even though he's not a spooky one, I'm just in a spooky mood, so I'm gonna make him a little spooky. I'm such a horror fan. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking my one grandson, he wants to be Chucky for Halloween. I think that's awesome. I'm rubbing off on my grandchildren. I'm old. I like the old school mostly. I like the Michael Myers and Freddy and Chucky's okay. I mean, I was a real big fan of Chucky, but he's in there with Jason and Leatherface, and my very first horror movie was Creature from the Black Lagoon. So he's my number one guy. It's a bit creepy, isn't it? Make it come out. Make its face a little. Make him a little creepier there. There's our creepy little boy haunting the Old Faithful Inn, the phantom child, looking for his mommy and daddy. Poor thing. Too bad he hasn't gotten any rest. Alrighty. And the next, on Monday, I will do what was it? Let me see what there was. There was 2 more in here. I'll do, I gotta find them. It's page 25. 65, that's right. It was back here further. There we go. The Headless Bride, and then the husband. So I'll have to read them over a little bit and see what I can come up with for those. That sounds like they'll be cool sketches. And I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by again, listening to a spooky story on a Friday night. And I hope to see you guys again on Monday. If I don't do anything over the weekend, because I got a lot of stuff I gotta get ready for an upcoming festival at the end of the month. So I'm going to be doing painting Bigfoot on some saws, on circular saws and hand saws. I'm going to do some Bigfoot paintings on those. I have to do some more hat burning. And I think that'll be just about enough of what I need to set up at that festival. So I may or may not see you this week, and if not, have a great weekend. Try not to get the stomach bug that's going around. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to hear more. Share, comment, and I will see everybody in the next ghost story. Bye bye for now.